Welcome to the Genealogy Happy Hour, a place where new family historians can learn to document their family histories and celebrate their new discoveries. I'm Amy.
And I'm Penny, and we're here to help you discover your family tree from the beginning.
Welcome to episode 47. Today, we're going to be discussing sharing family photos through Google Photos and other methods. But first, Penny, what wine do we have today?
Well, today, because we're talking about photos, I found a wine that has a really pretty photo for a label. And it's an old photo. This is from Four Vines. It's called The Kicker. And it's a Cabernet Sauvignon from Paso Robles.
Your favorite wine locale.
Yes. And this one has a young or a woman, I don't know, she kind of looks like she's
herself.
in the 20s or from the 20s or something. Yeah, contorting herself with her leg high in the air like she's kicking. And they have a Zinfandel that has called the Biker. And I think it's a woman who's on a bike.
Okay,
that one.
and
Also
this is the
an older
Kicker.
Photo. This is the Kicker. And the description for the tasting notes are aromas of ripe fruit and baking spice are followed by brooding dark fruit flavors of blackcurrant, plum, and blueberry that flow across the palate.
It's very nice.
It is nice.
It's a deep.
It is a dark red wine.
It is, but it's very nice. I like it.
It's good. So before we get into the Google Photo sharing and how that idea came up and all that, we have a little update on Ancestry, or want to see if y'all have tried out AncestryHealth.
AncestryHealth came out, I guess, in October. Maybe it's been out for a month now. And AncestryHealth is a separate product from the Ancestry DNA. They do use the DNA sample when you sign up. If you've already if you're already participating in their DNA program, they will use the sample that you've submitted for the DNA to do the AncestryHealth. However, these are separate products. There's no sharing between the two products. So, you've got all these matches in your Ancestry DNA that they're not going to be notified about your health test. The health test is private for you only. It's a separate login. It's a separate product. But they have two options. They have the AncestryHealth Core and then the AncestryHealth Plus membership. And with the membership, which I believe is only available to people who have already signed up for the DNA, you get ongoing updates as they improve their tests, as they get new testing available. Then you'll get continued updates on your DNA on the Health Plus membership. The Core, I think, is just basic health points.
And the Core is $49, I believe, and then the Plus would be an ongoing charge.
It is, yes. It's like every 6 months. Yeah. And then you can stop at any time.
Anytime,
too.
Right?
Yes, and then you can pick it back up whenever you want. You just won't get the tests that any test results that they did in between the time that you stopped and the time you started again.
Right.
But
so
yeah,
they
you
do
can stop
continual tests, and if you're in the Plus group, right?
Yeah. So it's definitely something to look at if you're interested in that, particularly if you've already are using the Ancestry DNA product. So, and speaking of the Ancestry DNA product, they've recently, a year ago, they went through and updated the results as new samples and new testing became available. And now this year they've done that again. I think my boys, they got their new updates a couple weeks ago. I just got mine this week. And I only have 2 ethnicities now. I am down to just 2. I feel like, I don't know, kind of bored. But I mean, I went from a 48% Germanic Europe and 44% England, Wales, Northwest Europe, and then a little Ireland and Scotland, a little Swedish, and a little French, to now just 58% England, Wales, Northwest Europe, and 42% Germanic Europe.
So you're no longer French.
Nope, I'm no longer Swedish. I'm no longer Scotch-Irish. I am just 2 ethnic groups. And that's it. Yeah, kind of boring. But it's interesting.
It happens. I've
never seen one where it's just 2 before, so interesting. So if you have, check it out if you haven't gone on your DNA in a while. There's definitely going to be updating everyone's. So
one of and I can't. When I was out in California for my uncle's memorial service, which is where the Google Photo idea came up, we're talking about our DNA as well. And somebody in my family that I've got, and I can't remember who it is, they were a little bit more specific. Even if it said England, I can't remember where it was, if it was England or Germany, they kind of went into more of the location within the country rather than just the broad country, which I thought was fascinating.
was it
But
interesting?
like I said, I can't remember which. I've got a lot of tests that I take care of on Ancestry. So anyway, while I was out there at my uncle's memorial service with my Burke relatives, we were all discussing family history.
Are we talking about the Burkes again?
We were talking about the living Burkes. not
Such a frustrating family.
I know.
Genealogically speaking, anyway.
Not any of my living Burkes are frustrating, though. Y'all are great.
No, yes, you all are great. It's just I've been in way too many Ohio County courthouses. I remember the Burkes well.
I did discuss our trip, too. I discussed our trip and how it was, how awful that was.
If you have not, if any listeners do not know about the Burkes, go to our Ohio research trip, and you'll find all about the Burkes. Or you won't find out
anything
exactly about the
Burkes,
right?
What you'll find out, nothing. But anyway, well, we were talking about family history and sharing stories and going over ancestors and whatnot. My dad's youngest cousin mentioned that he had a lot of photographs from his mother, and he should put those up and share them. And I was like, you should really share those with everybody. I've got some photos too. I know my aunt has photos. We should all. I said, let's start a Google shared folder. And I started thinking, why hadn't I ever done that before? That should have been done years ago with everybody, you know, because it's so good to share information and share photos. I love when people put photos up on Ancestry and they, you know, share them, that you can use them and see an ancestor that you might never have seen before. So, so that's what we did. So I get home and I set up a shared Google file in Google Photos. You can do this on your phone. But I did it on the computer because that's where all my pictures are. So that's what I'm going to talk about specifically. If you have a Gmail account, you can totally get into all the Google products. And if you don't, go ahead and sign up for one. It's free. And it's easy to do. I'm not going to go through steps on how to set up a Google account. It's pretty self-explanatory. But what you want to do is look for photos.google.com, and all the Google products have the name in front of it: Docs, Google Sheets, Google. So this is photos.google.com. And then once you're there and you've got that product open, you're going to look at the top right corner for the word Create. Very easy. Click it and click Shared Album, because that's the whole point of this, is your sharing album. You can make your own albums there if you just want to put some things specifically for you.
So you can have different albums. You can have a private album. You can have an album for each family.
You can do a shared album for a trip. If you and your boys are on a trip and you all are taking pictures, you create a shared album. Everybody dumps their pictures into one album, and you've got everybody's pictures. We do that all the time.
Okay.
But for some reason, I never thought of
sharing
historical photos. Hello. Anyway, and then title your album, and I think mine is like Burke Historical Photos, and I'll probably create one for my mom's side of the family too, to share over on that side. Let's see. So at this point, you have a choice of either uploading your photos from your files that you already have on your computer, which is what I did, or it'll give you the option to select people and pets, which is a face recognition program that they have. So if you click that and you already have Google Photos, and so you've got a lot of your photos in there, tons of faces are going to come up, and you are you're just going to scroll through them to find the ones that you're looking for. Now, I tried this, but not all my ancestors' faces showed up. But when I clicked on the ones that did and hit confirm, all the photos that matched that face then populated the album.
And this is just kind of cool anyway, I think, to do the face recognition, because it's amazing, like, which people come up and they're confused as to who it is. Because I think it kind of gives you an idea of what the shape, who that person takes after. I don't know, you can get recognition.
Well, I'll jump ahead to something else. I did not do the face recognition for mine because not everybody populated that. It was just easier to upload my photos. But one photo that I did upload, once it was uploaded, and it was I had a group, like a family group photo, and then I had a photo of 3 other people. And in this instance of the 3 other people, we're not really sure who they are. But over on the side, once those 2 were in the shared album, when I clicked on, I can't remember if I clicked on the family of 3 now, or I didn't write this down, or the group family. Those 2 people showed up as being in the other photo.
Oh, that's really cool.
And I was like, oh, like they recognized those 2 faces in the large group photo.
Wow.
So I know they're part of that family.
Right.
I still don't know who they are. But I thought that was
face
really cool.
Popped up. That is really cool.
Yes, that was really cool. Okay, so once you've uploaded some of your photos, I highly recommend that you add some details to the photo. And to do that, you're going to click on the photo, and in the panel that comes up on your right-hand side, it'll have description right at the top. And that's where you can be as detailed as you want. Include who is in the photo, when it was taken, if you know, where it was taken, who has the original photo. Do you have it, or does your cousin have it? You just want to mark that down. That's
really important. The provenance is very important, because you want to know, you want to be able to refer back to that photo someday and know where you got it from, and who actually owns it. Because a lot of times on people sharing those on Ancestry, everybody's copying from somebody else. Like, where did the original one come from?
Where did it come from? Yeah. I can see years later I'll look at this and it'll say Penny has the original photo, and I'll be like, I do?
Right.
Where is that?
Oh, it's me.
I'll have to find it. So it's good to put that down. Let's see. You can even create a citation and put it there as well, which is great for us. Those that like to have citations.
Cite your sources.
The other family members might not care about the citation, but that will be important. When you have added a few pictures, and then you can invite other family members to share. And by doing that, you just click up in the share. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Hold on just a second. What I did was, the photos I added were of Alexander Burke. We're going to go back to these Burkes. So my John Burke, that I can't go any further. I know he's a junior. I know his father was a John, but I don't know what John. But I do know he had a brother, Alexander.
Right.
And I got photos from one of his descendants. They shared them with me. And I know we match DNA, so we're good. I know this is
good.
This
yes,
is all
it's a good
good
family. Yes.
So when I put his name up there, I added John Burke. I noted that he is the brother of John. Alexander Burke is the brother of John Burke, my ancestor. I put the birth and death dates of both the individuals after their name. I listed who gave me the photo and how they are related to me, and the possible date that the photo was taken.
Good.
For information from that person. Okay, now back to up in the top right corner, you're going to see the share button. So this is where I'm going to bring all my cousins and aunts and uncles, etc. in. So I click it, and if you're populating the album with that face recognition thing, a whole text box is going to come up and give you a little blurb that says new photos of selected people are being automatically added to this album. Anyone with the link to the album will see the photos as they're added. You can turn this off in the album options. Click off, and then a box will appear, and your contacts can select or add email. So they as every time you add a photo or it's automatically added, they're going to get a notification. I guess
cool.
Then you can turn that off if you want to. If you're uploading yourself from your computer, that box does not come up. You just get the share box where you can then add everyone's email, and you can add a short message. So I added just under 20 emails on there, and I sent a little message saying, hey guys, this is the Google sharing site that I've created for you all to share your photos of the family. You don't have a lot of space to write a lot. So, in addition to that, I also sent an email out to everybody, just in case maybe that message from Google goes to spam, or they don't get it, or they see it and they're like, "What is this?" So, go ahead.
No. But the people who you're sharing with, they don't have to have a Google account to share.
No.
You just have to have the Google account to create the shared folder.
I believe that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because I created it, so it's my shared, and I'm sharing it with them.
Right.
I mean, if I turn it off,
you can stop them from sharing. You can
take away their sharing.
Right. Okay.
Which I wouldn't do, but I have that power.
Ooh.
Oh, I love that. I have that power. Okay. It's late. It's Friday night.
Can I remind you that nobody's actually shared with you yet? They may not now.
Nobody's shared any photos with me, and they may not now. That's true. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so later when you want to see the album again or add more photos yourself, you just go to photos.google.com, log in if you need to. Normally on your computer or on your phone it just comes up. And then on the left side you'll see the choices: album, for you, sharing, and print store. So you're going to click the sharing, and all the shared albums that you've created will show up. Like if you shared travel photos or whatever, they'll all show up there. So the same options are also available on your mobile device, on your phone. You can, if you have Google Photos on your phone, you can look that up, and if you've created that historical photo group, that shared album, it'll come up on your phone too. And you have the option to add a heart to the photo. If somebody puts one up, you can like it. You know, there's some different things you can do on the mobile device that you can't do on your computer. Let's see. There's also a star button that you can add favorites. You have the 3 dots that appear that will lead you to the description of the photo, and an option to edit the photo. I'm not going to get into too much on what you can do on your mobile device, because I feel like most of us would be working on our
desktop,
or laptop, because that's where we have our files of our photos and whatnot. So anyway, the ability to edit an album is there, which is a great option. You might put in a photo that does not have a lot of detailed description, which I added one that's a big Burke family. They're all up in Traverse City, Michigan. And I know my grandfather is there as a child, and his 2 brothers are there in the corner. And then I feel like at one time I knew the rest, but I don't have anything written down. But I know my dad's cousins, if not my dad, will know who the people in that photo are. So I started the description, and then I put in there, those of you of the older generation, please fill in here who the people are in the photo. So hopefully someone will see that, and they can start typing in under the description who everybody is on what line.
That's great when you have those photos that you don't know who they are. There's nothing on the back, nothing written, but maybe somebody else has a similar picture with a description, or they just recognize the people.
Yes,
yeah, because they're of a different generation. So this is an awesome tool for that as well.
Yeah, and I love all things Google. I like their Google Drive. Amy's not a fan, but that's not your thing. You like Dropbox. I do like Dropbox,
and it really works well for me. My whole office uses it, and I have shared folders with other family members. Throw documents in there, throw photos in there that we share that way. So, but there usually is a cost. If you're sharing a lot of stuff, it's going to be a big volume. So you usually have to then upgrade, and there's some cost to Dropbox.
And I'm sure there's other photo sharing things out there that we haven't
and if somebody else is,
if
somebody is doing something different, let us know, because I'd be interested in finding out.
But I think the whole thing is reach out to your family members, and I mean, even ones that you think might not have something. You have no idea. I didn't even think about my dad's youngest cousin having photos, and he said he's got a ton, and I was like, this is like gold mine. I
know my grandparents passed away, or actually when my my great aunts and uncles passed away. My mother and her sister, they ended up getting the majority of the family photos, but one took one side of the family and one got the other side of the family photos. So, and I didn't really know that. I knew that we had a lot of my mother's father's documents and photos, but I didn't know that my cousins had actually now inherited all of the maternal side. So, those are the types of conversations that you can start, especially now coming up on the holidays. People are going to be getting together. They're going to have a couple days off. It's a great time to encourage everyone to share while you're, thinking about family and you've got a couple of days off
Absolutely.
from the holidays. So
Absolutely.
It's a perfect time to be doing this. So, but that's cool.
Yeah, well, we hope you all start sharing some family photos over the holidays and getting some conversation going about your family history.
Mm-hmm.
Share the research that you've done. And you can even put up documents in these
You can put
things, too.
documents in there
Well,
as well?
most of mine are like JPEGs. You know how we're always taking pictures of
Oh, right. Okay.
of documents and stuff when we do our research, and I can throw those up there as well.
Right. Yep. And ask them to share those the same. So
Yeah.
good.
So we encourage you all to do that.
Very good. All right. So in the meantime, happy Thanksgiving.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for listening. Please email us with any questions or comments at genealogyhappyhour@gmail.com.
Visit our website, www.genealogyhappyhour.com, for additional resources, books, and wines. Don't forget to drink responsibly
And never drink around genealogical documents.